Back in high school, I was wearing polo. Hello, my name is Steff Johnson. Welcome to Behind the Work, where I explain my poetry. I feel like I've been talking too much, so here's the poem titled A Worm's Eye View.
I aim to live my life so confidential. I tend to dig too deep when I'm not meant to. I dive into the books to calm my mental. Focus on your breathing as the fish do. The message from the birds is momentum. Don't let the forbidden fruit stop your living. Don't let the forbidden fruit cloud your vision. The lesson from the earth is religion. Don't let the forbidden fruit tell you different. It's the forbidden fruit, it calls division.
So in my recent writings, I've been trying to dive deep, try to get as creative as possible, try to see where I could go. And I've been writing some very crazy off-the-wall things, like this poem here. I aim to live my life so confidential. I tend to dig too deep when I'm not meant to. I dive into the books to calm my mental. Focus on your breathing as the fish do. The message from the birds is momentum. Don't let the forbidden fruit stop your living. Don't let the forbidden fruit cloud your vision. The lesson from the earth is religion. Don't let the forbidden fruit tell you different. It's the forbidden fruit, it calls division. With this title, A Worm's Eye View, I bumped into this word, this phrase, this notion a couple years ago, and it was so invigorating to me because it was something so simple. And if you heard the term bird's eye view, the worm's eye view is opposite. So if a bird's eye view is seeing things from above, a worm's eye view is seeing things from below, like from a humble level. I always knew I wanted to do some type of writing on this, but it finally came. And something that I've recently learned in bird watching is you do not pull out your binoculars until you know what you are about to look at, because if not, you will just be looking at everything. So this is one of those things where I had an opportunity to hone in. This first stanza, I aim to live my life so confidential. I tend to dig too deep when I'm not meant to. I dive into the books to calm my mental. I'm speaking about a worm. So the first line, I'm speaking about how we never see worms, like they just dig in the ground. The second line, digging deeper. The third line, I'm talking about a bookworm. So like the worm theme is all throughout here. But the second line, I tend to dig too deep when I'm not meant to. When I find these topics, I try to dig deep. I try to dig deep until I find myself. The more you dig deep into anything, you'll find yourself. And if you dig a little deeper, you'll find God. I didn't make it to God level for this poem. I only make it myself. But I was digging deep. As awkward as that sound, it was somewhat liberating because I found myself doing a lot of things that fits as the worm character. I was trying to find the correlation between my life and a worm. And of course, for the last line, I dive into the books to calm my mental. Something that I've been doing since college. I've learned how to escape into the words in between the pages. And it's kind of easy to escape into someone else's world when they just hand it to you. The next stanza is, focus on your breathing as the fish do. The message from the birds is momentum. I'm learning this new thing about learning from your oppressors. And not learning from your oppressors to oppress others, or learning from your oppressors to oppress them, but learning from your oppressors to escape from all oppression. Don't forget the topic is a worm's eye view. So just imagine a worm learning from a fish, which is used as bait often. Those are the worm is these two animals' prey. And so as I was trying to like flip that, I also was focusing on those animals. I believe all humans have characteristics that animals have, but when we look into the animals, we find it deeper. And this is something that I've noticed with the fish. I just started fishing probably like a month ago. I'm so good at casting. Oh my God. I haven't caught anything yet. I've never touched a live fish with my own hands. I think I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there. You'll know when I catch it. I'm gonna scream. Wherever you are, you're gonna hear me. I don't care where you are. I'm gonna scream as loud as I am. Probably out of fear, but mostly excitement, hopefully. And this leads to the next line. Don't let the forbidden fruit stop your living. Don't let the forbidden fruit cloud your vision. The reason that this went from just talking about worms to like forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden is because as I was writing about worms, the first image that came to me was the infamous image that we saw in grade school of the worm coming out of the apple. I just always thought that was kind of awkward and weird. Going along with that, seeing the worm in the apple, you know, we always think the apple is the forbidden fruit. So something else that I'm learning from writing these poems is the power of repetition. The power of repetition. The power of repetition. So if you continue to repeat something, it makes it bigger the more you repeat it, in a sense, because it starts to echo in your head. And that's sort of what I try to do with these two lines with the forbidden fruit. This was actually a message to myself when I wrote this. What we see with the forbidden fruit is moral justification. And if you don't know what moral justification is, that is you doing something bad and looking in the mirror and say, you know what, it wasn't that bad. At that point, it is a sin. That's something that I justify everything I do. And I know it's not right, but it's one of those things where I can't let that cloud my vision because I understand that it's wrong. And there's no in between. It's not political when it comes to right and wrong. It's either right or wrong. The lesson from the earth is religion. Don't let the forbidden fruit tell you different. In this line right here, I have a star over the word earth because I'm speaking about an earthworm, if you haven't noticed. The sacredness, the organic, the perfection of nature, where it gets religious and everything works together. And I use the word religion to speak about the actual word, like the etymology of the word. So religion has the root word religio, coming from Latin, that actually mean like bond or together. If you see in the next two lines, I say, don't let the forbidden fruit tell you different. And in the final line, it's the forbidden fruit, it calls the vision. So this is definitely opposing that earth and religion line. If the word religion means together, means bond, the forbidden fruit would probably be trying to separate that. A goal for this poem was, with the sense of the title, A Worm's Eye View, was to come to look at everything fresh, everything new, as a worm would. And so going back to simplify the breathing of a fish, going back to simplify the swooping of a bird, going back to simplify what the forbidden fruit actually was, going to simplify what religion looks like that we see in nature every day is sort of what I think a worm would see. But I don't know, maybe I'm just another nigga. Thank you for watching another episode of Behind the Work. Stay tuned for more. Yeah, I'm out.